From time immemorial, humanity has sought answers in the darkest corners of knowledge. Among the many mysterious and forbidden paths, one stands out for its connection with the beyond, necromancy. Since ancient times, this practice has both fascinated and terrified humanity. It not only promises to unveil hidden secrets and predictions about the future, but also offers a direct link to the realm of the dead. The rituals and enchantments used by necromancers are as intriguing as they are dangerous, opening doors to a world where life and death intertwine. In this video, we will uncover the hidden secrets of this ancient and powerful practice. Join us on this fascinating journey down the dark path of necromancy. Necromancy is an esoteric discipline that goes beyond simple communication with spirits. It is a dark art that employs complex rituals to manipulate spiritual energies. Throughout history, it has evolved and taken on various forms according to the beliefs and cultures that practiced it. More than mere dialogue with the deceased, it involves the manipulation of energies through complex rituals and magical symbols. The earliest records of this practice trace back to ancient civilizations, where communication with the dead was common and respected. In ancient Egypt, priests performed rituals documented in funerary texts like the Book of the Dead, containing spells and magical formulas to guide the soul in its journey to the afterlife and, in some cases, to temporarily return to the world of the living. In ancient Greece, necromancy was practiced in sacred places such as caves and temples dedicated to Hades and Persephone. In Rome, these rituals were equally significant and adopted many Greek practices, integrating them into their own religious and magical traditions. It wasn't until the arrival of the Middle Ages that the perception of necromancy changed drastically. With the spread of Christianity, this esoteric practice began to be viewed very differently. The Christian Church considered it heresy and blasphemy against the faith. Necromancers were vigorously persecuted, accused of witchcraft and of having pacts with dark forces. Texts and grimoires containing knowledge of necromancy were destroyed or hidden, and the practice was relegated to secrecy. Despite persecution, necromancy never completely disappeared, as during the Middle Ages it continued to be practiced in secret. Necromancers, hidden in the shadows, exchanged knowledge and grimoires in clandestine meetings, away from the vigilant eye of the church. These ancient texts, passed from hand to hand, contained detailed rituals and spells to invoke spirits. Today, necromancy is viewed diversely. For many, it remains a dark and dangerous art, associated with forbidden practices and the manipulation of supernatural forces that should not be disturbed. For others, however, it represents a fascinating area of esoteric study. What is a necromancer? A necromancer is an individual who, through the use of specific magical rituals and enchantments, seeks to invoke and communicate with the spirits of the dead to gain wisdom, predict future events, or exercise control over these spirits for various purposes. However, not all who proclaim themselves necromancers possess the necessary knowledge to manipulate the forces of the beyond. Throughout history, numerous charlatans have deceived people desperate to communicate with their deceased loved ones or seek answers in the realm of the dead. These false necromancers use cheap tricks and psychological manipulation techniques to create the illusion of power, employing theatrical effects like flickering lights and unsettling sounds. They often work with accomplices who provide information about the clients beforehand, enabling surprising revelations. The lack of genuine knowledge in these charlatans can have disastrous consequences, such as accidentally invoking dark entities. The practice of necromancy is not for the faint-hearted. The risks are high, and the consequences can be devastating. It is an ancient and arcane art where practitioners manipulate energies through dark rituals and enchantments. These rituals are complex and can be dangerous in certain cases. They often use magical symbols, specific chants, sacrifices, and sacred objects to establish a connection with the beyond. The path of a necromancer is uncertain and perilous, filled with risks and challenges. To master the dark arts, a necromancer must possess profound knowledge of complex rituals and immense spiritual fortitude. The spirits they summon serve various purposes, such as protection, vengeance, or acquiring forbidden knowledge. These practices often demand macabre sacrifices and offerings, including blood, human bones, and funerary artifacts. If these rituals are not performed with precision and respect, they can unleash catastrophic consequences. Numerous stories exist of necromancers cursed by the very spirits they attempted to control. Many have lost their sanity when confronted with entities more powerful than they could handle, tormented by visions and voices that never fade. Others have met tragic deaths, victims of failed rituals that unleashed uncontrollable forces. Therefore, necromancers must tread cautiously, aware that each ritual brings them closer to the edge of the abyss and the darkest secrets of existence. Summonings. Necromancers are capable of invoking a variety of entities from beyond, each with its own characteristics and specific purposes. Every summoning requires precise knowledge of rituals and a delicate balance between the necromancer's power and the summoned entity's will. The risks are enormous, but so are the rewards for those who master this dark art. One of the most common summoning in necromancy is that of specters. These are restless souls trapped between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. Specters can be summoned to convey messages or reveal hidden secrets. Their ethereal nature allows them to move freely through physical boundaries, making them valuable informants and spies. Also famous are the summonings of shadows, entities formed from pure darkness and negative energy. These shadows are invisible to the human eye and can infiltrate any place, unnoticed as they carry out their tasks. They are particularly effective at sowing fear and confusion among the necromancer's enemies. Sometimes, necromancers seek the aid of ghosts, the souls of those who have recently died and still retain memories and emotions from their past life. These ghosts can be summoned to gain detailed information about recent events or to communicate with loved ones who are still alive. Another class of summoning is the reanimation of bodies. Necromancers can raise corpses from their graves, transforming them into mindless servants that obey their master's commands. These reanimated bodies, although lacking the agility and intelligence of the living, are extremely useful as guards or brute force in combat situations. In extreme cases, a necromancer may attempt to summon minor demons or infernal entities. These creatures are extremely powerful and difficult to control. The summoning requires deep knowledge of precise rituals and spells, as well as meticulous preparation of protective symbols and magical barriers. Any mistake, such as a poorly drawn protection circle or a mispronounced word, can allow the demon to escape the necromancer's control, causing chaos and destruction. These demons are masters of manipulation and deception. Even under temporary control, they seek to corrupt and manipulate the summoner. Many stories tell of necromancers being betrayed and destroyed by these beings. The consequences of summoning demons can be long-lasting, leaving areas cursed with persistent paranormal phenomena. Only the boldest and most experienced necromancers dare to perform these rituals, fully aware of the dangers they face. The ability of a necromancer to bring these beings into the world of the living is a testament to their mastery over the forces of life and death, a power few dare to seek. Necromancy not only demands a deep understanding of rituals and enchantments, but also requires mental and spiritual fortitude to resist the temptations and dangers that accompany this dark art. Those who choose this path face constant tests of their willpower, knowledge, and courage. What do you think? Have you ever met a necromancer? Would you dare to become one? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching the video, and remember, stay awake.